I just think it's crazy. We've got to suffer over our nephew's death, and we can't be in the courtroom to see justice served.
Frustration and disappointment from the family of George Floyd tonight. COVID restrictions limiting the number of Floyd's relatives and loved ones who can sit in the courtroom during the upcoming murder trial of Derek Chauvin.
Our Paul Bloom talked with some family members today. Paul, is it true they're only getting one seat?
Amy Kelsey, one seat for the family of George Floyd, one seat for a supporter or loved one of the defendant here, Derek Chauvin. Of course, this is because of COVID restrictions. That uncle you just heard from there telling me he anticipates at least a dozen Floyd family members coming to Minneapolis wanting access to that courtroom. But unfortunately for them, each and every day, most will end up watching it on television or a computer screen.
I will be there wholeheartedly.
George Floyd's uncle promising he will make the 350-mile trip from his home in South Dakota to Minneapolis next week for the start of Derek Chauvin's murder trial. Jones insists he is coming to get justice for his nephew and was disappointed there will only be one seat in the courtroom for his entire family.
I find it hard to believe that you got one family member that they're going to let in the courthouse. What the hell is that about?
Trial Judge Peter Cahill issued an order this week outlining strict logistics and protocols for Chauvin's high-stakes trial that will unfold during a pandemic. The judge doing something unprecedented in Minnesota because of COVID, allowing a full live video feed of the proceedings to be broadcast online and on air across the globe. The specially designed spaced-out courtroom on the 18th floor of the Hennepin County Government Center has plexiglass dividers and wireless headsets for conferences so Cahill and the lawyers can avoid any face-to-face contact. It also severely limits spectator seating. One spot for Floyd's loved ones, one spot for a guest of the defendant, a couple more seats for international media members who will rotate in as part of what's known as shared pool coverage. The civil attorneys for Floyd's family writing, while they understand the reasons for limiting attendance, the family's disappointed. Continuing, they are looking forward to the start of the trial as a critical milestone on the path to justice and closure in this dark chapter of their lives. And still to be determined this evening whether or not Derek Chauvin will also face a charge of third-degree murder in addition to the counts of second-degree murder and manslaughter he is currently facing. This is an issue before the Minnesota Court of Appeals. Still no decision, and the clock ticking here. Jury selection in this trial now slated to begin on Monday. Paul Bloom, Fox 9.